Ah,
Oh,
fake out. I let it finish. Actually, I failed to cancel it. All right. So, hi. My name is Jim, also known as Final Neuron. These guys exist. We're actually going to be doing role playing today. So we've got Daniel, aka Theoden, aka the Third, aka Danger the Llama, and we have uh, uh Benchwarmer, I think is his name. No, Joe. Joe.
I'm gonna sulk.
Ha! I diminished you in public. Ha!
Yeah, I'm Joe. I go by Green Gun Guy everywhere on the internet.
The
That's
interweebs.
the, I have no retort.
Ha! I diminished you twice.
Oh,
Okay.
my
So
face is falling.
we're actually gonna do role play. The whole thing we set this live stream up for, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it in about 40 minutes because we started quite late, 20 minutes late on the dot. So let's get started. All right. So I've created a character for the guy that has helped Daniel's character out. What's your character's name again?
Druto Bibble.
Drew. I'll refer to him as Mr. Bibble.
That seems appropriate.
Senor Bibble.
All right. So this guy, he you owe him money because he helped you out when you landed on Nar Shaddaa. You basically landed on like if Barbosa in the Age of Pirates was a place in Star Wars, that's pretty much where you landed. So yes. So he helped you out. You owe him some funds and you've agreed to do jobs for him until it's paid off. So he sets these things up. He gives you a call on your comm link one day, and he tells you to meet him up at this certain place, like this tavern, because he has a job for you and he wants to go over the details.
Also, it's Thursday night.
It's Thursday night.
It's a Thursday night. Does Thursday exist in Star Wars? I don't actually know.
It's Thursday on Nar Shaddaa. That sounds like it should be something.
It's Thursday on Nar Shaddaa, Pacific time, and Joe, what's your character's name?
Raul Bronar.
Raul Bronar. Never dig into the etymology of Raul Bronar. You don't want to know. You get a call through your regular people that kind of clue you in on jobs. And they've told you need to go to this meeting and take the job because it seems like a relatively easy payday.
Great. I need an easy payday.
And so he gives you the location.
Nothing will go wrong.
No. Easy payday. All right. So let's assume you both show up relatively at the time that you're supposed to. Okay. So Mr. Bibble walks in and he sees the guy that's his boss and debtor and so on. Let's see. There it is. So he's a given, which is an alien species that kind of looks like a skeleton with like a little bit of flesh between the bones and over the bones. But otherwise, they look very skeletal. And his name is Blark Gladalaladar.
What was that
I'm
name
gonna
again?
have to spell that.
He sees you come in and he kind of like waves over with his bony hands to sit at it's kind of like a corner table, one of those round tables in a corner where the booth kind of wraps around, and there's a couple of chairs there. So he waves you over to come sit down.
Okay, you're gonna have to spell that name for me.
Glark Bladalaladar.
Right. So that's GLARK.
Moving on. How do you react?
Okay. So I kind of sort of hesitate and then shake myself and sort of strut over and say, "Oh, hey, Mr. Bones." Yeah,
Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones.
He looks at you and he says, "Kid, use my name."
Mr. Blah blah blah.
My name,
Sir,
kid. Are you having a problem with showing me respect?
Glark Bladalaladov.
Just sit down.
All right,
So you take a seat.
sure.
Okay, let's say this is about when Ral shows up.
Okay. So do I have like a name of someone I'm supposed to meet there, or
You know,
any
yeah, you've got
information?
his name. You've been given his name and like, roughly what he looks like and all that.
Okay, so I assume I kind of pick him out of the crowd.
You
Maybe.
sure? It's not that crowded.
Okay.
It's not busy. There's people here and there, not a lot.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to walk over to him to them. Do I know Glark by any like reputation or anything?
He's kind of a minor player in security escort.
Okay.
Nothing big, nothing that like would strike fear into people hearing his name. But people know he does business and he does steady business.
Okay. Well, I'll walk over to their table and ask, are you Glark?
That's Glark. That's Blark Gladar. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
All right, then. Have a seat. I guess you're my freighter pilot.
That'd be me. I will sit down.
And so you said, okay. So he kind of pushes a little data pad out into the middle of the table and taps a couple of buttons on it. I'm going to, on the spot, I'm going to say it has a feature where like it'll show a 3D image, but the focus point is like relatively close. If you're too far away, you'll just see like a mess.
So it's like a little hologram.
You're right. Yeah. So you guys are all kind of in the focal range of it, so you can see whatever pops up from it. Okay. So he says, all right, we've been hired to carry a special shipment to a planet that's not too far away named Glova. It's a box. They're not telling us exactly what's in it. They're saying holotapes. Who knows? But all you got to do is get it onto the planet and hand it off to the contact that we have there. And they've arranged for like a cover cargo for you to take as well. So the real cargo, I'll hand to you separately, but you're also going to be carrying a big load of plasma berries. This is how the customer wanted it to be arranged because they don't think it'll draw any attention.
Plasma berries. Okay. Yeah. And who's this guy?
He's one of mine.
Oh,
He's going to be running
hey,
security
what's up,
on
man?
this.
I'm Druto Bibble. How's it going?
It's good.
Well, what's your name, man?
Just call me Ral.
I'm a cool Ral. Whatever.
Yeah, he's one of mine. He's going to run security for you. He's expendable. Yeah. Just be careful with him.
Understood.
All right. Well, the two of you get out there and get that shipment done. The sooner you do it, the sooner you get paid. And you'll get paid what we mentioned earlier.
All right. Well, let's get to it.
Yeah,
All right. He
whatever.
pulls his data pad back and then just looks at the two of you.
I get up and look back at Mr. Bibble. Are you ready?
Oh, sure. Yeah, see ya, boss.
Ah, sure.
All right, and I'm heading out.
So you got like a ship or something?
Yeah, I got a ship. You got one, or you have to hitch a ride?
Oh, I can yeah, I can follow you. Sure.
Okay, good. At least you got that.
Yeah, my
But
ship's awesome. Wait till you see it. It's the best.
I'll look forward to it. All right. Well, I am heading to pick up the goods, or however we're setting that up.
Yeah. So let's say this is something that everybody would kind of know commonly. You've been provided with the location of the loading bay where you'll set down and pick up the cargo and take off. And you would know the two of you would kind of plan on meeting in low orbit.
Okay.
In a rough location.
All right. Well, I'll go pick up the cargo then.
Okay. So you fly over there, and they bring to you a big, like repulsor sled full of this massive crate, open top crate with a bunch of like these weird pink and red berries in it.
Okay.
They're all kind of wet.
I'll give it a quick sniff just to make sure it doesn't like knock me out or anything.
They smell extremely bitter and acidic.
Okay, load them up.
Like vomit.
Can we put
not
a top
precisely,
on this?
not precisely, but like that. It's not a container that's meant to have a top.
I might have to buy a tart.
Oh, I meant to say before we started, just go ahead and add a couple of 100 credits to you guys' sheets. Like you guys are going to have at least a couple of 100 to be able to spend on stuff. Even Blark Gladalala isn't going to send you out without any money to get things done. So make sure you have a couple of 100 credits. Okay, so you're gonna like set off for the rendezvous point. Is that right?
So I got all the cargo.
Yeah, they gave you that
cargo and the other stuff.
Yeah, they gave you the sled. You load that up, and then they kind of like not really looking around, but they kind of like hand you this sealed metal container, and they just kind of.
Okay, well, I'll take the the little sealed metal container and stash that away in one of the smuggle compartments, and then get on with it.
You're heading up to the rendezvous point.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Bibble.
So I'm gonna try to sneak up on him in my ship.
Are you even there?
I mean, I'm gonna to meet him at the rendezvous.
Oh, you're gonna try to sneak up on him in your starfighter.
Unless I was required to like go help him load or something.
No.
Yeah,
like
so
you
I'm
are.
gonna
so part of your role is that you're doing planet side security too, but not on the Nar Shaddaa end, because that's like your organization already has that in hand.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
Sir.
I was gonna meet him at the rendezvous, but I wanted to sneak up on him.
Okay.
Or try to. I mean, like, look! Here's my cool ship. Surprise!
Okay, so you get there first. Now what?
I guess I don't have anything to hide behind.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Narshada is a moon. It's
Well,
pretty
there aren't
heavily
any other ships
trafficked.
to hide behind. I'm gonna hide
So,
behind another ship.
so it was a nice idea. You could put your sensors into like full passive mode,
Mhm.
which means you would just be kind of like drifting and hope nothing else runs into you because it's a busy planet. Your knowledge is enough that you know that would be dumb.
Oh,
Even your knowledge is
even my
enough.
knowledge, even my knowledge of two. Um. Okay, never mind.
I mean, you could try to hide, but it would involve not being at the rendezvous point.
Right. Yeah. Nah, I don't think I want to do that tonight.
Okay,
Today.
so you get there first. You had just like you had to go through your routine, you know, the special routine that you go through to get it started.
Right.
But that's all as expected.
Like you turn it on, then you hit it with a hammer, and
yeah, like you had to like you
kick the landing gear,
turn one of the monitors upside down. Okay, yeah.
I had to sing to it just right. Yeah.
And it launched. So you're at the rendezvous point.
Okay.
Ral is taking longer because he had to land and load the stuff, and then he gets up to the rendezvous point. Okay, so Ral, as you're approaching the rendezvous point, you pick up that a ship is already there.
Okay. Can I tell what kind of ship it is?
So you scan it with your sensors, and it comes back with an ID. What's the name of your starfighter, Daniel?
I think it's gonna be Spitfire.
Okay, so it's called the Spitfire.
Okay.
You're not quite in visual range yet.
And can I hail him already?
If
Like, is he in range to hail him?
so, the way you would do that would be like you would just be sitting there watching your sensors.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
It's not unreasonable. You're sitting at a rendezvous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So let's take a quick look here. Joe, what is the sensor range on your ship?
Let's see. Which rating? Passive, scan, search, or focus?
It's just going to be scan.
Scan is 50.
50
okay. 2D.
Okay, so you pick him up first.
Okay.
You notice him several seconds before he would notice you. So, So Daniel, you can hail him if Joe doesn't want to do anything first.
Oh.
Well, I will go ahead and hail him once I've detected him.
Okay. Yeah, you're inbound, so you would kind of notice him. And okay, so you hail him. Daniel, you're getting like a whatever it is that your ship does when someone's trying to communicate with you.
Okay, it's like blaring or something at me. Really obnoxious.
It's like a air raid klaxon. Yeah.
It's like way too loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Is that you, Mr. Bibble?
Is the alarm still running?
Hey. Yeah, I'm trying to get it turned off. Hey, sorry, just a second. Yeah, that's me. Is that Raul? Is that you, Raul?
It is. Are you space worthy?
Oh yeah, man, this ship is great. It's the best. Check it out.
Okay. So I'll just keep going until I'm within visual range.
Okay, so you get closer, and from the angle, you're kind of like, is that a Y-wing? Wait, is part of it missing? And then you get close enough, and you realize it's an ugly. It's just there's pieces of things.
Oh, I see what he meant by expendable. All right. Well, you can make a hyperspace jump, right, Mr. Bibble?
Oh yeah, I'm right behind you.
All right.
I
let's
mean,
get it
with
calculated.
you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start calculating our hyperspace jump, or at least my hyperspace jump. We'll see if he makes it.
And we'll find out. Do I have to roll to see if I make the jump each time?
Let's
Oh,
say
man.
for the case of professionalism, both of you guys already had that done ahead of time.
Okay.
I'm just
He's hand waving.
Yeah.
So there's a point where you need to go to use those coordinates, because coordinates are kind of like it depends on not only where you would leave from, but also the time. And so you have to like be at that place at that time for the nav computer solution to work correctly. So you guys have a certain place that's a little bit out from Nar Shaddaa that you have to get to.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's fly out to our jump spot.
It's about like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, man. Let's blow stuff up.
The security guy says that to
Yeah.
a guy that's just trying to haul freight.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna not talk the rest of the time unless he says something to me.
Okay. All right, Daniel.
Oh, I thought we were going to the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are flying out there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
do they
doing
sync
any-
up, or what do they have to sync to follow the same coordinates? Or
It's not the same solution, but you both have made it, so it arrived at a similar conclusion. Basically, the approach that I'm taking on it is that things like the mass of your ship have to be taken into account also, which is why individual ships have to have their own set of calculations, including like whatever cargo they're carrying.
okay,
So you each have a different solution, but it's like from the same point.
okay.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything special on your way out?
Not special. No.
Nothing special.
Okay. So on your way, Daniel, you get someone hailing you again.
What? What? Hello? Hello?
Well, look
Yes,
who
hello?
it is. Look who it is.
Hello? Someone
Come
there?
on, don't pretend like you don't know who it is. And you can see there's some ships off to your starboard. You're right, a bit. Looks like about 3 starfighter sized ships. What are you doing out here? Pretending to do security again?
Who is this?
Where you saw us like 3 days ago. You know, Big O Security. We won the contract that you guys lost.
Wait, Big O security. That's
Are you-
you're
Are
serious.
you laughing at Big O?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was actually your name. my bad. No, that's great. Good for you.
They kind of changed course, so they're heading a lot closer, a little bit above, a little bit behind. Hey, who's this with you?
Do I notice their?
No, you're not involved in it. But
Okay.
but by this point, you have picked up on like just even relatively passive sensors. You picked up that there's some guys kind of angling towards you.
Great.
Huh? What? I'm just cruising around, man. Who is this? What?
Cruising around next to a freighter. Right. a security contractor just happens to be following a freighter.
Hey man, I can go where I want to go. Why are you here anyway? What are you
I
guys,
don't know.
Mr.
Maybe
Mr. Big Security Man?
we should contact your customer here and see if they would like to get an upgrade. They just kind of laugh and then cut the comm. Okay, so Joe, they contact you. You're getting a hail.
Great. Yep.
Hey, what are you doing hanging around with this loser? You need security, right? How about you come back to Nar Shaddaa and we'll discuss terms on getting some real security for your run.
Well, having this guy along is part of the contract.
Yeah, maybe you could do better.
Look, buddy, a contract's a contract.
Huh. Well, you know, I can actually respect that. So, tell you what, just think about us next time, okay?
Okay, have a nice one.
Yeah. And try not to hang around this loser too much.
We'll
They kind of, by this point, they're kind of peeling off and heading back to Nar Shaddaa.
Okay. I hail Mr. Bibble.
Okay. Reactor overload. It actually spouts warning messages. Wow. Whenever you activate comms, that would be a great quirk for a ship. Too bad you guys both traded yours off.
Traded what?
Joe was going to have quirks in his ship, but he traded it off for having 2 debtors instead.
Oh, okay. Well. Hello? Ral, is that you?
You have anything to do with those guys that were following us?
Man, I don't remember anything about those guys. They were just kind of like laughing at me or whatever, but they're just a bunch of dumb guys. I don't know who they were. Big O Security or something? Like, what kind of name is that?
Okay. Well, let's try and keep this one on the down low. We don't need any more trouble than we got already.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. We're going to continue flying to the jump spot.
We'll just call it we'll call it a hyper point until I figure out something that makes more sense. All right, so you were already pretty close. You get out there without any further problems.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I guess we should synchronize the hyper jumps. So, or should I let Mr. Security go first?
Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
You don't
guys
know.
Decide.
Oh, sure. Yeah, whatever. I can go first. That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. After you.
Okay, so then I plot it.
Yeah, you guys have the solution ready, so you just go whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll let him go a little bit before me.
So the trip is about 3 jumps. You've got to make about 3 connecting jumps. The total time is something like 15 hours. So you're both going to have a good bit of downtime. Thank goodness you're in a starfighter. I hope you peed before you left Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, me too.
He's got a bag.
he's got a tube, a vacuum tube.
You would have to have something set up just in case. So
for hyperdrive capable ships, you would have to.
Yeah, you would have to.
Although your ship,
Well,
Unnecessary weight.
why would I want to pee in my ship? Then I'd have to clean it out.
I mean, if this is based on I think we talked about this being based on the tie cluster, then it should be built in there, and unless I removed it or it was damaged for some reason, which I don't know, that could happen, I guess.
Yeah, it would be in there. It would be in there. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to figure out what your environment control is gonna be like,
Mm.
because like I'm not sure how ugly pilots do it. I guess they used the full suit.
Well,
figure
yeah, if it's a tie pod, unless
Right.
I hardwired that in somehow, like
Or
did all
made
the
something
hookups
on your
myself.
own.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like made all the environmental hookups myself. Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah. That seems like something that eventually I would want to put the time into. I don't know that it would have it to start though.
We're not going to worry about it at the
Yep.
moment. Okay, so I'll just say as a note, in a time like this where significant time passes, if you want to, you would be able to use character points to increase a skill that you've used. Neither of you have enough character points to do that.
I have 0 character points.
That's another bonus. Let's say
Congratulations.
you both have a couple.
Okay.
Yep, you both have a couple of character points because you can burn character points to adjust skill rolls.
Let's see.
So you'll have a couple. Okay, so you make the jumps all the way to the end point without any real issue. Miraculously, Daniel's Starfighter performs the entire time.
I have to say, I'm a little impressed. I say to myself,
You say to yourself once you get to you exit the last jump above the world of Glova.
huh, it held up.
Huh.
Got there in one piece. How about
Not
that?
bad. Okay, you guys
All
have exited the final jump.
Well, let's start heading to our destination on the planet.
So you hail him, or do you,
Oh, yeah,
do
yeah.
you go on comms to Mr. Bibble?
Yep, I do.
Raul, hello.
Let's start heading to our destination.
Yeah. Okay.
Lead the way. Lead the way, Mr. Security.
What? What? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I go ahead and take the lead.
Okay, so it's a terrestrial style world, which means breathable air. Parts of it are green, parts of it are blue, and it has clouds.
Always a plus.
Yes.
That's a nice change.
From Narshada. Hey, how
Yeah.
pretty.
They don't even have any like urban sprawl. Not that I can see anyway.
On your way in, this is another thing I'm creating on the fly here. You get kind of a little blip on your navigation systems saying basically you've been detected and you're being welcomed by the like navigation control of the planet. Compared to Nar Shadab, there's like nothing. Like they're not telling you which areas to be in at what times or what your windows for landing. Not really. And there's a little bit of information on the planet itself. It looks like the planet's population is about 100,000. And there's exactly one spaceport. And that's in the capital city. Capital city population about 20,000.
Well, I guess that's our destination then.
So you've been, it's kind of roughly suggesting you a course to head there, but otherwise they just kind of expect you to get there however you figure it out.
These small planets are nice. Nobody breathing down your neck. You can fly wherever you want.
You sure talk to yourself a lot.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking the same thing though. So I think I'm gonna kind of weave back and forth just a little bit, just for no good reason.
I'm just gonna fly casual.
Nice.
I'm
Always a
not
good
Han
choice.
Solo though.
I'm totally not Han Solo. I'm better than Han Solo.
He learned how to
okay?
fly casually from me, the true master.
Oh man.
Okay. So as you're flying in, you see like a couple of patrols of TIE fighters come by. Nothing big, just like 3 TIE fighters in each one. Overall, you figure you probably spotted somewhere from 9 to 12 TIE fighters on your way in. They don't seem to be paying any particular attention to anything. They're just kind of flying around the planet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start getting just a little bit nervous and scanning everything.
You start focus scanning on them,
Mhm.
which they'll notice.
Maybe not. Maybe not quite that. No, I would know better than to do that. If I know any
Yeah.
protocol, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah, you've got
that dumb.
experience from their end, so you'll
Yeah.
know at least at a trainee level.
But I'm like really tense and trying to
sweating
track
bullets.
everything. So I stop weaving immediately, and then I hail Ral real quick. Are you gonna?
Hmm?
Well, if you answer.
Yeah.
No, hey, that's only when I get hailed.
Hey, what's up?
Why don't we well, let's land as let's just go ahead and land as quick as we can. You good with that?
Yeah, we'll get where we need to go and then we'll land.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Okay. So you don't face anything else in particular on your way down. As you're getting lower, you can see the spaceport in front of you / below you, whatever. There's about 10, 15, 20 open air pads, and that's it for you to land on. There's a couple of them that are occupied, nothing particularly noteworthy, but each of them is surrounded by kind of like a walled area. So there is a little bit of security to keep people off of ships, but the top is open.
Okay. Well, I'll go through the procedures and whatnot and choose one of them to land on.
There's not really procedures. They just kind of expect you to pick one.
Okay. I'll pick one that looks like it has like an open spot next to it for
Which is almost
Mr.
all
Benton.
of them.
Yeah. In that case, I'll pick the one furthest from anybody else.
Okay.
It's like
So
the
you
men's
sit down.
bathroom. You got to be on the other side.
Daniel was in front, so he has the option of landing first. But let's just say you guys end up landing next to each other.
Fine.
Oh, okay.
So you end up landing next to each other. Anything that you want to do upon landing?
I'm going to wait for Mr. Security to come over to my place, to my ship.
Okay.
Do I notice anything coming in about the way it's set up? Like, how imperial does this look? Was it just the ties, or does everything look? Does everything stink of how they do things?
The spaceport just looks like a civilian spaceport. It doesn't. It's very basic.
Okay.
Are you saying once you've gotten out onto the ground?
Like as I'm coming in on approach, and
It's pretty minimal.
okay.
As you're landing, things don't look like they're in, amazing shape. It looks like it's been there for quite a while and maintained. Some things better than others.
Okay. Do I see any security personnel? Do I notice what they look like or what they're doing at all after I land?
As you're coming down, you do see some people with blaster rifles and some uniforms that are kind of patrolling the area in general.
Okay. 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 Well, I'll after I look around a little bit, I'll go over to his ship
Okay.
with my stuff.
What stuff?
Well, I definitely want to have my what is it? My blast vest on and my regular equipment. Um, I Is this the kind of place that regular people are going to be carrying around blasters in the open, or is it just the security types?
You want to roll your knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you have a skill related to it.
Nope. Just Imperial protocol. I don't know. I don't think that's going to carry over enough. So I roll a 2. Right.
Yes. Roll 2 6-sided dice. A 2 and a 4 for a total of 6.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like you're very confident either way. Wait a minute. You rolled a 6. A 6 total. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you roll a 6 on your wild dice, you get to roll it again and also add that to the total.
He didn't
Okay.
roll a
anyway,
wild die.
I
did he?
didn't.
the first dice is always the wild dice.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's not a separate die. It's like,
Correct.
okay,
Yeah, one of them is the wild dice. And our rule of thumb is just going to be it's the first one.
gotcha.
So you would subtract? No, you would just add it to. Never mind. I got it.
Good
Brain.
thing you didn't get a 1 on that first one.
You don't.
Okay.
So what was your question again? Was like, am I going to look inappropriate walking around with a blaster? Basically.
Yeah, or am I gonna make it through any checkpoints with it? Like, is this
So
something they're gonna try to confiscate? Like, just
let's say that you're falling back very roughly on your knowledge of spaceports in general,
mhm.
and you kind of feel like, I mean, sometimes people aren't familiar with the place, sometimes they're armed,
Okay.
but you're not super confident about it.
I'm gonna try to take it with me then.
Okay. So you got your armor and your blaster rifle.
Yeah, trying to look casual with it, and I go over to meet him, to meet Ral.
All right. Well, I guess I let him in and
Okay, hold on.
into.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So as you're arriving at his landing pad, it's not really a docking bay, a landing pad.
Mhm.
You see a man outside holding a data pad. He also has some kind of uniform on, and he's just kind of standing there watching the ship.
Oh, I
Danny.
do.
Yeah, Mr. Bibble.
Okay. Does knowledge does that carry over into observation stuff too? Like, how does that work?
Are you looking for details?
Yeah.
That would be perception.
Okay. So
Knowledge would be like, what does this mean?
Okay. Okay. So I've got search, but I don't have anything specific I'm looking for. That doesn't really apply to that, right?
No, I'm not going to say search applies to that. That's more like locating something.
Right. Okay.
As opposed to observing it.
Okay. Do I notice anything unusual about this person? Do I need to roll for that?
No, like he seems to be wearing some sort of official uniform. He's got his data pad, and he's kind of got a, not necessarily a bored, but like a really relaxed look on his face, and he's just kind of watching the ship and waiting.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna.
He's not armed as far as you can tell.
Okay. Well, if I don't notice anything weird, I'm just gonna go ahead and head over to Ral. to
Okay.
the ship, to his ship.
So
then.
as you get closer, he sees you and he says, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to wait right here.
What?
Yeah, I need you to wait right here until we've completed customs with this ship.
Uh, okay. So I guess I'm gonna use my comm link to like tell him what's going on. Like, hey, he's asking me to wait here while you complete customs or whatever. You gonna
Customs.
take care of that or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. I'll be out in a minute.
While you guys are talking, Daniel, you hear him kind of like touch his comm link. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need a few guys over here at number 8.
Oh crap. So I'm gonna pass that on.
Well, I'm
I think they're like sending more guys to check this out. I don't have a good feeling about this. Can you hurry it up at all?
I'm already heading out. Like after the first thing he said, I started like lowering my ramp and all that.
Okay, so it lowers, and you can see the uniformed man with the data pad kind of moves to where he'll be able to speak to you as you come down the ramp.
All right, I walk over to him. Hey, you're customs, right?
Yes, that's right. My name is Inspector Spicken. Can I see your manifest for your cargo?
Okay. Do I have an actual manifest?
Yeah, there would be like a little data pad together with the cargo that would detail what was in it and the mounts and so on.
Okay. Well, I just hand it over.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So as I can see, you're bringing in a restricted cargo onto the planet. That means that you're going to be liable for the import duty, payable now.
Okay. And how much are we talking here?
Well, as the import duty states, it's about 5 times the local market value of the plasma berries. So the total comes to about 45,000 credits.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. So I've got
About this
several.
time, you can see 8 or 9 little security guys come in with their rifles in hand, and they're kind of, gathering behind the inspector.
Okay. Well, I say, well, Inspector, why don't you why don't we go have a look at the cargo so you can, double check it?
That won't be necessary. What we're looking for is just the import tariff, and then you'll be allowed to go on your way.
I want to bribe this guy, but not in front of all these people. Let's see. Let's see. Well, will I know what an appropriate bribe amount would be for him? I think that.
So that would be streetwise. You want to roll your streetwise?
Sure. Oh no. Oh no.
So you rolled 4 dice and you got a total of 6. There were 2 1s in there. But it was not the wild dice.
Thank
goodness. You're kind of you just feel like this is totally unexpected, and you're a little flummoxed, so you're not quite sure what to think. But it does kind of occur to you, like, he's asking you for 45 grand. It's not going to be 50.
Yeah,
that gets you through this.
Well, my operating expenses. Okay. Wait, did he say that the?
I can see that you may need some time to gather the funds. If you would like, you can go ahead and lock up your ship, but you're not going to be allowed back on board without some accompaniment. We have to make sure that no one tries to run off without paying the proper duties.
I'm really bad at this.
Sorry, you can't just kill them.
Yeah. Not that I want to. I just
I
want
mean,
to
you could
bribe him.
try.
I just want to like kind of I'm just gonna kind of look down at his data pad, like kind of next to him, and just kind of whisper to him, what if I so do I need to roll my skill to see if I can to see if I can actually bribe him or what?
You don't have like a strong read on the situation. You're definitely going to have to roll your skill if you're going to try to do it.
Okay.
I'll just say as a game master's note, like, so let's say your streetwise knowledge will tell you, like, although you have no idea like what to do in this situation, in general, when there's a fat chunk of money on the line, if you're looking for a pass, the person that's going to give you a pass knows the amount. They're going to expect like a nice chunk on their end also. So like if you were to ballpark it, he's going to want at least a few thousand to get you past 45,000.
Okay. A few thousand.
Have I been? Am I close enough to where I can hear any of this stuff?
Yeah, you're around while all this is being said.
Okay.
Let's see if we can make it worse.
No.
Yeah, we're in that gang. The Christmasers.
Oh,
I remember.
no, so I'm like, what? That's crazy. And I'm just kind of like hovering back and forth because I know there's all these armed guys, and I'm trying to look really casual with.
Yeah.
So I don't
you say that.
Yeah, I kind of say that, and then I just try to look really still and like I'm not moving because I know how bad of a thing.
So the inspector kind of glances your way, and he says, "We take our local markets very seriously, and we want to protect the producers here on our world from having cheap product dumped on them. So it's very important that we observe these duties."
I'm just gonna mumble to myself and shake my head for a while, and I'm at a loss. I'm really confused.
So at this point, he's offered that you can lock up your ship and walk away right now, but you're not getting back on the ship without somebody going with you. That's what he's offered you.
Oh, okay. I said, well, if you'll accompany me, I just need to grab a few things and then we can lock her up.
He kind of looks back at Sergeant, and like 5 guys step forward to accompany you up onto the ship.
I'm like, whoa. One at a time, fellas.
Nobody says anything.
Okay. Well, I as I'm heading back in just to grab some stuff, I talk.
They stay really close to you, and they're kind of watching over your shoulders and everything that you touch.
Okay. Well, as I'm going in, I just kind of say, "Hey, Sergeant, what's the local laws on personal weaponry?"
What? Yeah, you need a weapon.
Okay.
Well, how are you going to deal with all the wildlife around here? You can't head 10 minutes outside the city without having something trying to eat you.
Okay. Just making sure some places, is a little crazy. So I'll
Look,
I'll
we may
grab all
not be
my-
a big fancy city, but we're familiar with people carrying weapons. Okay.
Okay, just making sure. So I'll grab all my stuff and head back outside.
So
then.
they watch you really closely and
Mhm.
escort you. Like they don't get more than a couple of feet from you. And then they escort you back down.
Okay.
Daniel, anything you want to do in the interim?
These new guys that come in that are armed. Do I notice anything? I'm gonna try to.
He's gonna
see if
start a
there's anything
blaster fight.
special about- No, I'm gonna
Good,
try to
we've
get
got
a
them
read on
split
them,
up.
even if
Now's
there's
the
nothing to
perfect
see.
time. What, Daniel?
I'm gonna try to get a read on them, even if there's nothing to see, because I'm like jumpy. Like I don't
Yeah.
like this.
The ones that are on the ground are kind of standing around really casually, like they're not standing at attention or anything. But they're maintaining from your former military experience, they're maintaining okay discipline, keeping eyes around, but they don't seem very tense. The ones that look at you are kind of keeping an eyeball on you because you're they're watching you.
Right.
A couple of
Okay.
them are watching you the whole time.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. Joe.
All
So
right,
you've gotten your stuff and you're headed out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume you close up the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you close up the ship, and I guess you guys are headed out of the spaceport,
Mm.
a couple of the guards remain behind, kind of standing around the ship. And as you leave the little landing pad area, the inspector locks up the door leading into it, and he kind of says to you, "Now you'll have a couple of days to come up with the needed funds. Otherwise, we'll be impounding your ship as collateral."
Dry heave a little bit, but yeah, I'll say, and how much was it again to make this go away?
45,000 according to your manifest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the local tariff.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir. So he starts to leave.
I'll just kind of walk beside him and say, "Is
Daniel?
there any other way we can go about this?"
Sir, I suppose you could try to talk to the governor for some sort of exception, but this is the governor's edict about import tariffs. He's the one that made the decision.
Well, you can make some decisions.
He can. So the guards are not that far away, but we'll say
I'm-
they didn't catch that.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping it quiet, like not like yelling and stuff.
Do you want to roll your bribe?
Yes, I would.
We
love
can
to.
say you're not like fully committing to it.
Yeah, I guess that would be bargain.
No, we're going to say bribe because what you're trying to do is not negotiate a fair deal.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a bribe skill?
Tell you what, I think bargain gets used for bribe, right?
I think so.
I think that's right. Go ahead and we'll go ahead and say roll bargain this time because that actually sounds correct.
That's much better.
It's better. It's twice as better.
A 12.
Yeah.
You rolled a 2 in the front again.
So
So you roll. So that's roughly like a moderate level from what I recall. Okay. So he kind of glances around at the soldiers nearby, and he looks back at you, and he lowers his voice. He says, "Look, my bosses know the ship's here. and they know how much is on the line. And that's all he says.
He's not giving me anything.
If you had rolled something really legendary there, then like, something very special could have just happened. But that would have taken some tremendous luck. So that's all he's giving you for now. And he continues on, like, heading back to, looks like he's heading to a transport.
Okay. Well,
it's got so the capital city here is the city of Dreplin, and the transport has like City of Dreplin insignia on it.
Well, I'm kind of at a loss now.
So you guys are standing there. You see a guy running into the direction of the landing pads from like the main terminal area of the spaceport.
Okay. Does he
kind of looks at the two of you, and he sees the inspector leaving, and he stops and he's like, "Hey, are you the guys here with the cargo?"
Yeah, that'd be us.
Okay, fantastic. I'm Bork Valkenhayn. I'm your contact on this end. I'm the one here to receive delivery.
Nice to meet you, Bork, but well, we've hit a bit of a snag.
Oh, really? Wow, what happened?
Customs.
And this place is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These guys can be pretty unreasonable sometimes. Well, I've really got to get that cargo. So, tell you what, how about you guys take a look around the city, relax a little bit. I'll try to work something out.
That'd be great.
All right. He exchanged some contact information with both of you.
Okay.
And then he heads off back into the city.
All right. Well,
I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah.
We're over a bit. So
we are a bit over.
We're over by 20 minutes. So anyway, sorry, Daniel. That was about as close as I could, as I could get it. Didn't really want to stop in the middle of the whole inspector negotiation.
Yeah, I get that.
Why can't I actually roll good on the things I'm supposed to roll good on?
This place is messed up.
I think that's a good place to pick up. So what do you guys think so far?
Well, I'm having fun. Yeah. Wait, did that guy say that the import tariff was like 5 times the cost of my cargo?
Local market value, yeah.
5 times the cost of market value.
Local market value, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up, right there.
I should have just said, okay, I'll just go dump it in space.
Oh, man.
Well, this is something that he said to you, so I'll repeat it. The second that you landed on the planet, it was due.
Okay.
Like you're just gonna take off.
It's not like you can just turn around,
right?
Even if he doesn't.
You've already imported it.
Yeah,
you're already here, so you're not getting away without paying the tariff.
That's so messed up. Yep. Like I said, this place is messed up. There's something very wrong going on.
And that's the end of number 1. So how about we go ahead and in the broadcast, we can say whatever we want after.
All right.
So we've put the guys in a pickle.
Mm-hmm.
If you're 70 or older, you'll actually understand that phrase. They're in a difficult situation. And we'll just have to see what happens. That's all I can say. I'm not going to spoil anything. Next week, we'll continue from the landing pads of the spaceport. That's
Hopefully.
it. Everybody. Yeah, hopefully. Everybody. See you next time.